Class 9 students, we are back again with the chapter number 2 of science, is matter around us pure. In the previous video, we have discussed about what are the pure substances. We also able to distinguish between them the pure substances and the pure substances which are written over the products, whether they are pure or not. So we have come across about the pure substances. Now let's begin with the next topic, that is the mixtures or impure substances. What are impure substances? Firstly, why we are reading them, why we are studying them. We are studying them, we are learning about them because if we see around us, everything around us is mainly mixed of one or more thing. As you look around you might have drinking the milk daily, right? So milk is not a pure substance. It is a mixture of proteins, mixtures of fats, mixtures of water, right? So in our daily routine life, if we see around us, we'll find most of the substances as impure. So that's why we're going to study about them. How are they impure? How are they mixtures? And what are their specific properties, right? So impure substances, we call them as mixtures, the impure substances, and they are made up of two or more pure substances, like elements or compounds. Like if we mix together different compounds and different elements together but not in a fixed ratio, so they are considered to be mixtures. They are not having any specific properties because every constituent of the impure substances will reflect its own property in it, right? They can be separated by the physical means. Physical means here the normal heating process or by filtration process, by normal sieving, right? Like we separate the tea leaves from the already made tea, right? The prepared one tea, right? And the constituent mixtures, they can be present in any ratio. We are not do not have the same composition over their mass, or they do not have the same ratio of binding. So here you can see the different examples of mixture you might have observed in your daily life. The oil and water, which are not actually mixed, but they are considered to be a mixture. When they mix together, they form a separate layer. Spaghetti and meatballs, a kind of food that does noodles in which some types of meatballs are mixed in it. Cereal and milk. Cereal, like you might have taken it in your breakfast. Sand and the salad, the fruit raw salads, right? In all these things you might have observed there are some different kinds of mixtures present in it, right? But they are some mixtures like that we are not able to distinguish them whether it's a mixture or not. So on the basis of their composition, how many material is present in it and how the composition looks like after mixing in it. So that mixtures could be of two types: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixtures. I have already told you that homo means same and hetero means different. And genus here is related to the composition. If the mixture is having the same composition throughout their mass, then they are considered to be a homogeneous, right? For example, tea, the filtered tea, right? Fruit juice, you cannot see whether are the particles of the different component present in it, like sugar or anything else if you want to add in the sugar. Medicine, if you taste the medicine, you will feel the medicine like bitter, right? Honey, composition is same throughout the mixture. Milk looks white, you don't able to get what are the different components present in it. Blood cells, okay? Heterogeneous mixture are those mixtures in which the components are not uniformly distributed. It means you can see the things in the mixture itself, like ice in water. You can differentiate between ice and water. Soupy noodles, you can also differentiate between the noodles and the water that left behind in the bowl. Assorted candies means different kinds of candies mixed together. When you take them in your hand, so you will get different colors of candies at different proportion whenever no matter how many times you take, but you will get the different composition every time. Assorted dry fruits, different dry fruits, right? Soil, similarly, because some part of the soil is having the humus, some part is having the dry leaf, some part will have the minerals in good quality. That's why it is considered to be a mixture, because it's you not uniformly distributed the every other component. And the oil and water, yes. So these are all the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Let's have a quick differentiation between them. Homogeneous mixtures, they have uniform composition throughout the mixture, and the heterogeneous, non-uniform composition throughout the mixture. That means the constituent particles which are involving in making them a mixture. For example, air, blood, saturated sugar, water solution, alloys. Rock, oil, water, mixture of iron fillings and sulfur. These are the heterogeneous mixture. We can easily observe the different components, particles present in it. Here, the homogeneous particles, the mixture, you are not able to see with your eyes directly ki whether in this particle, the other particles, which kinds of particles are present in it. But in heterogeneous, you are able to see them. For example, soil and water, it's a mixture of heterogeneous mixture. You will be able to see the soil in water differently. But in the salt water, you cannot able to see the salt present in them or roaming in the water. So generally the solutions are homogeneous mixtures and the suspension are heterogeneous mixtures. Solutions and suspension, these are also kinds of mixture depending upon the particle size, which we are going to study in later on this chapter. So we have come to a one term here in the previous thing, that alloys are also a homogeneous mixture. What are alloys? Alloys are actually the different types of metals or metals and non-metals when they mix together. Means it is a mixture of solid and solid components. Solid and solid components, when they combine together, whether it will be a metals or it will be a metal or a non-metal. So by physical means, we cannot separate the alloys. For example, the stainless steel, you might have using this at your home in your daily life. By filtration, by heating, you cannot separate the different components of the stainless steel. But for example, brass, bronze, these are also a kind of alloy, and bronze is the first alloy was created by the humans, which is having a copper present in it. Up to 12% of the tin is also mixed in it. Here in brass, copper with 50% of zinc. Why they have taken the alloys? Because these alloys alter the properties and they can be more reliable, they could be more durable for using in a daily life. So they have taken the alloys as the main part, or we can say that solid mixtures, and as we cannot separate them with the help of the physical means, so they are considered to be a homogeneous mixtures. So far now, what we have learned about that matter. What matter is? Matter is anything that occupying space and has mass. Then if we ask a question, can it be physically separated? If yes, then it could be a mixture, and if no, then it could be a pure substances. If we talk about the pure substances, if we again ask a question whether they could be chemically decomposed, by the chemical reactions could be they separate out into the different constituents? No, then the pure substances are considered to be the element at this point, and if yes, then the compounds, they will be known as the compounds. Similar with the mixtures, if the composition is uniform throughout the mixture, then it's a homogeneous mixture, and it's not then the heterogeneous mixtures. We have come to the different definitions also, that elements can be broken down to simpler substances, but the compounds have the fixed composition which can be broken down into elements by chemical or the electrochemical means reactions. For example, copper, oxygen, iron, hydrogen, mercury, and compounds, water, methane, sugar, salt, etc. And here in mixtures, they have uniform composition, And the heterogeneous mixture, they have non-uniform composition. For example, salt in water, sugar in water, water in alcohol. These are all the examples of homogeneous mixtures, because we are not able to see their particles with our eyes, and we cannot predict whether it is which kind of mixture is it, which kind of particles are present in it. But in heterogeneous, sand and salt, sugar and salt, water in oil, we can easily differentiate between what kind of particles are mixed in it. So these would be the heterogeneous mixtures. We have come so far about differentiating between the matter into pure and mixtures. In next video, we are discovering more about the matter. Till then, thank you everyone, and keep learning.